Hello and welcome back to the Utterly Pointless channel. This is your host Lionel and I've got my team all assembled here. This is my Swiss Army sort of team. It is built on a little bit of Shadowbringer damage caused by healing, and so I've got that splashed in. And as for anointments, I've got let's see, good old standby. I think this was the very first anointment that I got, Revelation. Pretty much crucial in an ongoing fight with some really cheap enemies, so a chance to resurrect creatures with 50% health. And then I have Defiler. Enemies lose 20% health right at the start. And got Reaver. Proliferation damage just keeps increasing. And I have Shadowbringer, Shadow Sickness, and Trickster as well. Even the odds. And so that causes a 20% health loss as well. A lot of times my Shadowbringer setup with the Sapphire Drake auto kills things, but when it comes to bosses, sometimes they have some excessive defenses that need some overcoming. So this, along with Wayne, helps knock out massive amounts of health. But the way I've got things set up with my Sapphire Drake, sending over a trait that causes 150% of health worth of healing, and eventually damage through Shadow Sickness, which keeps all enemies with Blighted. It's pretty much overkill, almost, with what I got. Don't mean to ramble. I have been not well lately with epilepsy, and it's been causing me to ramble as I ad-lib, so I'm trying to stay focused here. And just want to say, protect your head, folks. Don't fall on the ice. Don't land on your chin, even. It's bad news. So we'll go ahead and do this random run through Orum's realm here, and I'm killing some crunchers. So as you can see, health has been knocked down a good bit, but all I do is just put things to sleep with dense fog, so their turns come up, and while the Shadow Sickness is in effect, they essentially come to the top of the timeline, either kill themselves or an enemy, and that's it. So as you can see, I miscast something, but it really does not matter here. I've just got so much damage going on. Every turn I'll give this Elder Cruncher its own turn and just demonstrate. Boom, there it offed itself with blighted damage and healing itself. You'll see right in the history here that it took 592k worth of damage. So with the creatures all weakened at the start with the Wayne anointment, works out really nicely. Maybe a little bit faster. So as you can see, I've got looks like some silence on me. I do miss Siege Master because you can defend and shrug off all your negative effects. So there we go. Looks like Regalis's whip did some extra attacks and knocked things out. This is another creature master. So I'll go ahead and putter with that, and I'll demonstrate again how the gemling. Okay. So I'll demonstrate how this will knock things out quickly. I'll just put things to sleep here first if I can, and that does cast twice, I believe. So there's a 75% chance, I believe, when you use probability and some sort of subtraction, and a 50% and a 50% chance. So alright, and two of those gemlings are gone. I'll just go ahead and keep putting things to sleep, or I'll just do some attacks. This Cockatrice is pretty nasty on the left. I wound up using a field item to make it brutal, increased its attack, and lowered its intelligence. So not much of a spellcaster there. It does have Holy Blast and Warp Reality, and those are a couple of those spells that are not intelligence dependent. They do a set amount of damage, so that's a very, very cool part about this game, is that even if you have what you would consider dumb creatures, you can still have them cast things that don't have to be intelligence dependent. For example, things that inflict debuffs. I mean, it might be that things last an extra turn or two with a more intelligent creature. I don't know exactly how that does work out, but if you do need to use a debuff for a combo, oof, wow, yikes, that got a little bit dicey right there. So yeah, again, if you do need to get a debuff on with a relatively poor spellcaster, that's still fine. You can use Pump Drill as well to still make combos that will possibly be affected and put into effect with some of the Spellweaver traits that cast the spell above or below. So you can still make your attacks as needed, or your spell casting as needed with these high attack, low intelligence creatures. Again, just having them hold Holy Blast and Warp Reality is just fine. So you'll see in a second, I've got another monster to run into, so I'll demonstrate how we'll just do the attack here. I don't know if I even have anything left over. Oof, wow. Blighted is a terrible thing to have. So, alrighty. Should be one more monster. I'll go ahead and do this boss up here. See if we can demonstrate that Holy Blast Warp Reality combo. So as you see, every creature I've got has that I love the generous ability or generous enhancement that you can put on a spell gem. So Holy Blast will set any creature's health, including an avatar's health, down to 25% and give it a super duper barrier. So there, it looks like it's really protected. How are you ever going to go ahead and destroy that, right? Oh, come on. These guys are all taking their turns and dying before I can even do anything. Oh, oh man. That's really something when you can't even demonstrate your combo because your base combo of Blighted and Healing Breath works so well. What in the world? Yeah, I'm not gonna even be able to demonstrate this. So as you can see, that was a message from Paul Landlord, and I sometimes get messages from my pal Bruce Moose, so love you, Bruce. Oh man, that is not Bruce's real name. Bruce is somebody who is special to me, and yeah, so anyway, I hope she's watching this and getting a chuckle. Alright, and let's try the Holy Blast again, and this barrier, hopefully something will survive, but these creatures are all dealing deadly damage to themselves immediately because they're above me in the timeline. Jeez. Okay, great. So it's got a tiny bit of barrier left. That's not what's supposed to happen, but boom, it blew up and dealt 4 times the amount of damage that it was. So let me just see how much that did deal. Oops. Let's see. 440k in damage, and that killed it. So, just a really nice generic universal combo that you can fit into any build that you have. So you might have a couple of meat-headed fighters in some group, that do just fine administering lots of attack damage. But when it comes to really blowing stuff out of the water, it's very tough to surpass the Blighted and Healing Breath combo, because that is on all of the creatures. Whenever they take their turns, they pretty much wipe themselves out, and again, just put them to sleep and watch them go away. Alright, yeah, just put things to sleep. That's all you gotta do, really. They won't bother your team. And, you'll be doing damage pretty much with Shadowbringer right there. That one little anointment that you carry over to your team, so you don't have to worry about really fighting and getting counterattacked and all this other stuff and not dealing enough damage. With Shadowbringer, your team is brought down damage-wise and so on, but it's funny. If you have a well-protected team, you can just bring over those that Shadowbringer anointment, and so that way you'll be able to just kind of sit your way through all that residual damage still coming from Shadowbringer. So, as you can see, the team has some pretty good health. It looks like for 2 of my 3 creatures. Got all these great blood mage perks, I'm sure, giving them barriers and extra health and all that. So I'm just doing this to fill up the goblet. I know that's a common excuse everywhere, but no. Let's see. And then the other quick way to really kill these things is Wormhole. Just give them their turn, and boom, there you are. They have dealt fatal damage to themselves, almost as always. And there, the realm is clear. And there we are. Alright, not much to really take care of here. Another treasure chest. I don't wait until I do get the bonus. That does kind of reduce the amount of treasure that I do get, but at the same time it does save me some time to get on to the next level. So small trade-off. I'm sure it's added up way over time, but for the time being, it's nothing that doing a quick treasure run 1 level below current level can't fix. So just gonna keep on putting things to sleep here. As you can see, 3 enemies are dealing lethal damage to themselves, and sometimes I see them, I swear I could see them doing it when it's not their turn, but there we are. All that self-destruction. Boom. So I do believe that is the whole level. I know that I just gave him some treasure. Still fire shard. This is goofy, but this is one thing that I noticed did not work, I believe. I just had one charge, I believe, for some shared stuff, but that might be the case that just regular ethereal gems obtained somewhere besides the generous ability on a spell gem come from. So got all my spells bought. So this is all about crystals and looks like a little bit of rainbowism. I'll buy some floor tile, maybe plant this phallic thing. Oh boy, let's see. Splitting the colors, kind of Pink Floyd-y, but you do get to see all these little pop culture tributes in this game, so something I enjoy. Let me just get over here. I think that is the whole map. So this is it. I mean, it's a real quick run through. Might be some treasure over there. Ooh. So that's all I'm gonna do. Is check down here. Treasure. Check over here. Treasure. Over there. Ooh, got this horseshoe. I like clearing these guys out because that's 75 favor. I used to just avoid them because it was an extra fight that I thought I really didn't need. But with these fights taking about maybe 10 to 15 seconds at most, using Wormhole and stuff like that, quick experience, quick favor. So that is that. So, as promised, going back to Abbeville, and that's it. So this has been a run through using my Swiss Army team, and again, it's pretty much just the Sapphire Drake and a lot of Cockatrices and Outcast No More. So what that does is make everything confused, and then with Friden, I also have every creature getting poisoned and leeching and mending. So in the long run, they're shorting themselves out pretty quickly, and it's very, very difficult for creatures to make it past usually their own second turn, because they're dealing 150% of health somewhere. And as much as I would really like to get World Breaker popped in here, I could. Let's see what I got. Defiler. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll take out Wayne, and then it won't really matter that much about that little bit of health lost. And I'll put one extra anointment here from World Breaker. So this will speed things up in addition to proliferation, which deals an extra 30% damage. And one of my creatures does have the trait high risk, so that means that creatures just start dealing 40% more every turn. They do take 10% extra damage, but I've got it set up that I have secret recipes and I have a unicorn doing resurrections. So overall, the team is pretty resistant to stuff, and playing as Blood Mage, I'm just going to keep things going and get this goblet filled up and go on to the next team and just change slightly. Actually, I think I have time and enough keys for a bonus here of a Gate of the Gods fight. So let's see what we got. 4 keys. Blood Mage has 0 victories here. So let's see. So with Azural's trait, and creatures do, enemies do 100% less damage, except for the number of buffs that they have. So we'll see how that affects him with Healing Breath on him, and I don't know if that really counts as enemies doing damage. So we'll just put everything to sleep, and there we go. So as you can see, just lots and lots and lots of damage very quickly. I'm loving how this team works. Corpse Explosion is taking stuff out fast. And we'll just keep on putting stuff to sleep and win. Just like that. Just keep on pouring on that sleep. At this point, I got so much sleep thrown on stuff, and it seems resistant. All you have to do at this point is either do some attacks, hope you win, or you can just go ahead and throw on a Wormhole, which will take a creature right up to its turn, and at that point, as you can see, it's just gonna get itself knocked out with Blight. And both of those are following the example, so it doesn't matter how much damage gets reduced. Somebody doesn't... Ooh. Somebody does not have a relic attuned. Oh, let's get that taken care of. Oop. Let's see. Yeah, that was rough. Oh boy, let me see if I got some extra piety. Oh, 8,000, nice. That's kind of one of the nice things when you're constantly working on the goblet. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to get one of these things to get up a full 10 levels, so. Yeah, may as well just keep on. Let's see. That doesn't matter. I can cast all the area spells at once. So let's do this cheesy little fight here. Get some free emblems if we can. I got repelling there. Just go to sleep, everybody. And as you can see, there's a lot of creature, a lot of enemy turns up, so they're gonna be hurt themselves shortly. There goes Apocalypse, just like that. So the rest of it is history. I mean, these guys are all gonna be toast. Especially with dense fog going off time after time. And they can resist all they want, but even if they haven't succumbed to it, they'll still wind up getting knocked out. So there we go. There's another one gone. And let me just get this one back up to its timeline. And there we go. Just like that. Alright, I'll demonstrate even more how freaking silly and fun and easy this build is that I got. So Lister you have to wait out, so may not be the best to deal with. Muse is just plain nasty, and let's see. And Regalis is just not that big of a deal to deal with. We get some random debuffs at the start and end of our turns, I think. So that's nothing. I mean, we're just waiting things out just as usual. And putting the old sleep on. So look at all that red up top. I mean, 1 red equals 1 dead usually. So. Okay. And usually with the temporary gems that I get from Generous, it's enough for the whole team to go around and put everything to sleep until everything kicks in damage-wise with Blighted, so. Things are being a little bit stubborn here, so. Just put them to sleep, and there we are. Blight did it again. Blighted, rather. So Regalis is ready to summon. I'm just taking a look at the emblems that I've got. Nothing over 100 yet, but certainly it's always a good chance to build up your avatars once you get to 100. And I fight them so much at level 10 that it gives me mana to summon them very quickly. So let's see. After an enemy attacks, your creatures attack. After an enemy casts a spell, your creatures cast that spell. Well, guess what? We ain't doing jack diddly, lady. Watch this. Iseros is just gonna knock herself out. She's one of the easier creatures to fight, or avatars rather, at Gate of the Gods with this build that I have, because it is passive. So I don't think Tumbleweeds give me any kind of a buff here. Ooh, looks like a lot of outright attacks here. Yikes, I might lose this one, guys. Here goes the hubris. Oh, man. Oh, man. I think they're keeping me at the bottom of the timeline, but that might just be whining. Hopefully they keep attacking each other, but I see they got some shields on, some shelled, so oof. It's nasty, man. Holy moly. Wow. This is brutal. This is really nuts. Man, oh man, they're just bouncing me down the timeline too. Come on, guys, you should have Blighted. Ugh. I don't know if my trait even got to trigger here, so. Oof. There we are. Nice. Oh man, that was awesome. I was so worried, but at least it added some balance to the game, so it wasn't just boring certainty all the time. So these guys will be easy to pick off. I see they got feared and they got cursed as well, so if they attack, they deal damage. They got poison, so if they take their turn, they get damage that way. I'm just gonna put things to sleep, and after that, just use Wormhole one time. Yeah, these guys look to be sleep resistant, so we'll just use the Wormhole, pop them up there, and I've got False Beliefs as well, which is a really nasty way to deal damage because, I should make that generous, but it deals damage equal to the amount of healing that enemies have received. So if 5 out of 6 of them have killed themselves by basically taking millions of points of damage. There's your chance right now to add insult to injury and make the final creature just take huge amounts of damage that way. And let's see what we got. There goes the Blight, and that is it. Thought it was gonna be a wipe anyway. And look at that, all kinds of great emblem amounts here. So I'm really looking to just get things leveled up. I mean, the amount of emblems, and then usually I have enough mana for avatars because I tend not to summon them. I just want them to have their mana go into upgrades for other avatars that I'm using in my team. So looks like I got a pretty nice setup with Brimstone. I think all my spells are in good shape as well. Let me just take a quick peek over there and then I'll wrap up. So anyway, this has just been my quick run through and 3 smashes of the easier deities to fight. I will say that Muse is hideous. I haven't fought such a cheesy creature in any game ever. So I do enjoy the fight, and I love all the variety and fun that this game brings. All the ability to dress up your avatars, or your characters rather, the way to fine-tune their personalities, and fine-tune the gems, customize them to when you want them to fire off. So much appreciation to Thylacine Games. This release was fantastic, and I really just have one tiny bug that I saw, that where you have between 1,000 power to 2,000, it says you don't have enough, and then it just tells you to pound sand. So anyway, we'll go ahead and upgrade all the gems that I got that I can, but things are looking very good. I'm finally at a point where I can enjoy a fully leveled team. Oh, that was one thing I meant to do, was take out Conquest. I think that Conquest is not that important, so take that out. Oops. Gems. Okay, take that out, and then let's see. There have been some really nice other spells that have come up. I'm gonna just try one by class just to keep things focused and not have to dilute things, the effectiveness of anything, by putting a class change on it instead of extra damage. So let's see. Bloodburst. Oh, yeah. Let's see. But there is one tiny beef with Bone Offering, because you can't cast this on opponents, so it's like, okay, I mean, I don't believe that's the case. Let's see. I think this would be a good way to have a sideboard spell. So, let's see. Oh no, what are they? Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh man, I forgot all of it. Jeez. Okay. There we are. Okay. Whew. It's such a pain to hunt through stuff. I am so happy that Philistine was able to put a little exclamation mark on something that you just unequipped. So that is it for everything. Just want to say thank you for checking out this little run that I've been through. And yeah, I may as well get another project. Let's see. That's what I have for prophecies. So see, it's a whole bunch of micromanagement. I got raid selected for missions and experiment. I think that's it. Oh, and I gotta defeat her too. Okay, oh. Shoot, did I ever get a bounty? I don't think I did. Let me double check. Oh, wow. Yikes. So I've been through a couple of floors, and that is not cool. I'm gonna just try to beef my attack up a tiny bit, and then I'll be working more on defense in the guilds, because each guild gives you a base bonus for either attacking or spellcasting or dodging or what have you. It's actually a couple of bonuses, so very nice mechanic to have. And I will go get Mrs. A out of the picture. I don't have any paladin anointments at all to have, so that'll be nice. And all my relics are in decent shape, and I used up everything, so I'm just gonna head over to the Christmas room and call it a gaming session. So thank you. If you'd like a little bit of further gaming fun, please do like, subscribe, and share. I truly appreciate playing Siralim and being able to share it with you guys. It's just really one of the most fun games that I've ever played. It is so deep, there is so much to do. Even 800 plus hours in, I'm still loving the game and still unlocking different ways to do fun things that I hadn't been able to before, just because I'm still making so many teams. I'm up to about 100, so talk to you soon, and have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching, Bruce Moose. I really appreciate you.